Year 2 and welcome to this week's Praise Assembly. We can't believe it's 5 weeks since we've all been at school together. We are missing you so much, but we want to say a big thank you for all of you who are sending in your learning, playing on Timetables Rockstars and also entering our storyteller competition. It really does brighten up our day when we see an email come through with your learning on. So a big thank you from all of us. During our assembly today, we will find out who the learner and the star are in each of our classes. Mrs. Belcher will be sharing a story with you. We'll be singing another East Park song. And we'll also this week find out who our Year 2 storyteller winner is for this week. And their story will be uploaded to YouTube later on today, or it might already be on there. But anyway, let's get started. Let's go over to Mrs. King in Year 2 Reg 1 and find out who her learner and her star is this week.
Hi Year 2, and this week Year 2 Reg 1 star and learner from Miss King and Miss Jones. It's been really tricky yet again because lots of you are sending lots of your lovely learning. After a long decision, we decided for the Reading Den project we was going to choose Armin. He's done a lovely home den with his brother and read a lovely story, so well done Armin. Keep up sending in the pictures, lovely to see. Now over to Star. This is really exciting news and really has made Miss Jones's week when choosing Star. So we've gone for the Independent Star for their effort on Rockstars this week, and it goes to Holly. Well done Holly, really impressed.
Congratulations on your Independent Star.
Now over to Year 2 Reg 2 and Miss Jones for Star and Learner.
And so Reg 2 onto our stars and learners for this week. This is my cat Jessie, and she wanted to say hello to you too this week as well, because she sees me recording all of these videos and I think wants to be involved. So there we go, my lovely little cat. So I'll let her go now because I think she wants to go on a bit of an explore. Okay, lots of learning has come in for Reg 2 this week, which has made me so proud. The learner in Reg 2 this week is a person who has sent in lots of learning this week, and lots of types of learning as well, writing, some drawing, some maths as well, so really, really good. And also this person has been playing on Timetables Rockstars every week as well. So our learner in Reg 2 is Lexi. And then onto our star. This person has played Timetables Rockstars so much every single week whilst we've not been at school. And actually for the last 3 weeks has actually been our top scorer in Reg 2. But then this week, not only was she top scorer, but she was also our most improved, which shows that she's not giving up and she is determined to get better and better and better. And so receiving her Perseverance Star this week is Kayla.
Congratulations on your Perseverance Star.
So well done to Year 2 Reg 2, really proud of you. And now we're going to hand over to Mrs. Belcher to find out who our learner and star is in Reg 3 this week.
Hello Reg 3, lovely to be able to tell you who our learner and star is again this week. But before I do that, I want to say a massive thank you to so many of you that have sent me an email this week. I've had lots of examples of your home learning and photos and lots of news from parents about what you've been up to, and that's been really lovely to receive, so please keep that coming through, and it also helps me to make my choice for star and learner each week. So who is our learner and star this week? Our learner this week is Tanvi. Tanvi, I'm giving you learner of the week this week because even though you're not at school at the moment, you've been working really hard at home, practicing your maths and also your writing. The writing though, I have to say Tanvi, from the photo that I got this week, has massively improved. Your handwriting is so neat on the line, it's joining beautifully and it's a really good size. I could read all of your work. So Tanvi, well done for really persevering with that whilst we've been away from school. You've made me especially proud and you should be very proud of yourself too. Our star of the week is Eloise. Eloise, I'm giving you Star of the Week for perseverance. You've been working really hard at home, trying to do a bit of learning each day while Mum's busy doing her work too, and I'm just really proud of the fact that you found lots of different ways to be learning. I hear you've been planting some seeds and you're going to be watching those grow in the next few weeks. I've seen some that are growing already, they look super. You've also been out watching the night sky and using an app to help you read and find the constellations in the sky. You wrote a fantastic story that was, instead of Jack and the Beanstalk, I'm just looking at my notes, it was called Rose and the Ladder. How imaginative and creative. You put your own twist on our traditional tale of Jack and the Beanstalk. So Eloise, please keep it up. You're doing really well, working from home and doing what we would normally be doing at school, but in a very different way. So keep going, and that's the same for lots of you out there. You don't know how proud we are of you, so please keep going.
Congratulations on your Perseverance Star. We can't have a week of assemblies with no staff star. So, as a surprise to all the staff and everybody out there, our staff star this week is going to Miss Short for her fantastic creativity in her class assembly. Congratulations, Miss Short. Time to get your nominations in for next week at info@eastparkacademy.com.
The story for today's assembly is Little Miss Magic to the Rescue by Roger Hargreaves. Little Miss Magic was out for her daily walk when she met Mr. Strong. Mr. Strong seemed worried, very worried indeed. "Good morning, Mr. Strong," said Little Miss Magic. "Is something the matter?" "Indeed it is," sighed Mr. Strong. "I'm so strong that I can't help breaking everything I touch. I just went to open the gate, and without any effort at all, it came off in my hand. I just wish I wasn't so strong." "Oh, that's no good at all," said Little Miss Magic kindly. "I'm going to help you." "Weak," she commanded. Little Miss Magic isn't called Little Miss Magic for nothing, you know. When Little Miss Magic tells something to do something, it does. Mr. Strong only just had the strength to lift his feet to get himself back home. Little Miss Magic continued with her walk, but it wasn't long before she met Mr. Small, who was jumping up and down over and over again. "Good morning, Mr. Small," said Little Miss Magic. "Is something the matter?" "I've had enough," said Mr. Small, just as soon as he had got his breath back. "I'm so small that I can never see what's going on. I always have to climb up walls or balance on chairs and ladders. Oh, I wish I was taller." It will come as no surprise to you to learn that this gave Little Miss Magic an idea. She was sure that if she used her magic on Mr. Small, she would be able to cheer him up. "Tall," she said. And then, do you know what happened? Well, Mr. Small's legs began to grow and grow until he looked more like Mr. Tall than Mr. Small. He was delighted. The world looked so beautiful from such a great height. Continuing with her walk, Little Miss Magic met Mr. Forgetful. "Good morning, Mr. Forgetful," said Little Miss Magic. "How are you?" "It's a beautiful day, isn't it?" he replied. "But I believe you just asked me a question and I've already forgotten it." "Oh, I've had enough of being so forgetful. I wish I could remember all the things I've got to do. It would change my life." Poor Mr. Forgetful couldn't remember anything at all. And so, once again, Little Miss Magic decided to help. "Remember!" she cried. And straight away, Mr. Forgetful remembered that he had forgotten to switch his television off, and that he'd left all his shopping at the market, and that he had friends coming to his house for lunch. Mr. Forgetful's head had never been so full, and he rushed off to do all the things he had forgotten, which was a lot. "Help! Help!" came a voice from further up the lane. Little Miss Magic ran towards the shouts, and there she found Mr. Greedy, stuck in his garden gate, because he had been so greedy that morning. "Little Miss Magic, please help me," he cried. "I don't know what to do. I can't stop eating, and the more I eat, the fatter I become, and I'm getting fatter and fatter. I can't even fit through my garden gate anymore, and yesterday I broke Mr. Slow's armchair when I sat in it. I wish I was thin." Can you imagine what happened next? Quite right. Little Miss Magic worked her magic, and just look what happened. Mr. Greedy became quite a different shape altogether, not at all his old self, and that was the end of Little Miss Magic's good deeds for that day. A few days later, Little Miss Magic was eating her breakfast when, ding dong, who do you think was at Little Miss Magic's door? It was 4 very miserable visitors. "Oh, little Miss Magic," they pleaded, "please can you change us back to how we used to be? Our lives have changed, but now we're sad." Mr. Strong was so weak that he could barely lift his arms. Mr. Small was so tall that he kept bumping his head whenever he went. Mr. Forgetful's head was so full of all the things he had to do that he could no longer sleep. And as for Mr. Greedy, he had completely lost his appetite. Something had to be done. Little Miss Magic didn't need to think twice about using her magic, and soon she had put all her friends back to normal again. Mr. Strong was strong once again. Mr. Small was as small as can be once again. Mr. Forgetful immediately forgot all the things he had to do, and Mr. Greedy's tummy once again almost touched his toes. But most importantly of all, they were all smiling again. They thanked little Miss Magic and went on their way. Once the door had shut behind them, an air of magic still hung in the house of little Miss Magic. Everything had been put back to how it should be. Everyone had found their old self and was very, very happy. Ding dong! Ah, but there was somebody at the door. Little Miss Magic opened the door, and there stood Mr. Forgetful, looking most perplexed. "How can I help you, Mr. Forgetful?" asked little Miss Magic kindly. I'm not entirely certain," he said. "I'm so very forgetful. Perhaps you invited me to tea, or asked me to take a walk with you, or perhaps I was going to help you with your shopping." Little Miss Magic smiled. "Tea and cake," she said, and she invited Mr. Forgetful in for a delicious afternoon tea. The best tea he could ever remember. I hope you enjoyed listening to the story of Little Miss Magic to the rescue. There was a reason why I chose the story today. The story was about change. The characters were changed by Little Miss Magic, and at first they really enjoyed that change. And then after a while they realised they actually preferred their life how it used to be, being either a tall character or a small character or a strong character. And they really wanted to be changed back and to go back to life how it used to be. And some of us at the moment might be feeling a little bit like those characters at the end of the story. We're going through quite a big change at the moment. Not being at school is very unusual. Not being able to see our friends and family might be at times upsetting. But I just wanted to reassure you today that we will, like at the end of the story when the characters went back to how they were at the beginning, we will be able to go back to school. We will be able to see our friends and our family and have that freedom again. And you know what? I can't wait. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see your cheerful faces turning up at school. But we've all got a really important job to do in the meanwhile. We need to stay at home. We need to stay safe with our families that we live with. We need to keep washing those hands, and we're doing all of that so that we can help our NHS and we can help each other. So let's all use our East Park 8, especially perseverance, resilience and collaboration, and let's see it through to the end, to when things will change back to how we remember them to be. And I can't wait and look forward to seeing us all back together again really soon. So the last part of our assembly today is a song that Mr. Joseph is going to play for us, and you can of course join in at home and have a great time singing together.
Also, we come to the end of our assembly this week, but of course we do have one more person who we need to celebrate. Last week, Mrs. Sargent launched our storyteller competition, and we've had a few entries this week in year 2, and so myself, Mrs. King and Mrs. Belcher looked at all the videos and we have chosen our winner for the year group this week. This person will then have their storytelling video uploaded onto YouTube for everybody to see. And so our storyteller winner this week is Evie in Reg 3. So a big well done to Evie, and make sure you tune into YouTube to watch her video, which should be uploaded either today or later on this week. So fantastic. So keep sending in all of your learning year 2, either to our year 2 parents at eastparkacademy.com email. Keep playing Times Table Rockstars. Do enter our storyteller video competition and send those to us as well. And most importantly of all, just keep yourselves safe. We are missing you, but the quicker we stay at home and look after ourselves, hopefully the sooner we'll be back at East Park together back in year 2. So we're going to finish our assembly this week by joining together to say our school motto.
Help us to take care of each other and grow our hearts and minds.